Hi everyone. I suppose you're wondering who the heck I am. My name is Brandy, and I am a grad student studying sports science, and I am on my way to medical school to become a practicing physician, hopefully preventative medicine. And why am I here? I recently found my why. So you hear that a lot. That's kind of a loose term. And for many of you, I know that it's a struggle to find your why. What is your rationale for doing the things that you do? What drives you? I constantly ask people this question and no one can give me a clear answer. It's because we haven't truly identified that within ourselves, why we're doing something. So I want to share my why I'm here talking to you all about this crazy thing we call life, right? So recently, I was helping a friend with some relationship advice. They just came off a breakup and still struggling with it. And I also was kind of going through some relationship issues. Just new beginnings, just trying to figure things out over long distance, grad school, all that good, wonderful stuff, right? So in the end, I was writing him and I said these two things. All we can do is just move from one day to the next and put in all we can daily. We are social people, but really only need a small group of people for our own personal happiness. And I'm not working just for myself to become comfortable. I'm working to leave a legacy, the one that God has instilled upon my life. Legacy. We're working to leave a legacy to represent God's plan for our lives. So for me, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. And that is my Savior. Other people believe in angels and healing, and so other people don't. And for me, it's honestly, that's what I believe. I will tell you about my belief. If it's not hurting other people, okay. That's truly what I believe. If I'm not hurting people, okay. But I will tell you what I believe. I'm not afraid to tell you what I believe. Right? And I decided to create this platform. I decided to put it out there. For the longest time, I was told that I'm too sensitive or too emotional and that was weakness. When I got older, at the same time, I was told to shut up and shake it off and take it off. I listened to neither. And over time, I refined and redefined myself and realized that this day and present moment is all we have to make it right. And that's when I started seeking fulfillment from within. So I'm tasked to encourage and empower others to do better, be better, and live better. That authentic mindset. So you may be wondering why I'm crying right now, because it recently has been a journey. I decided to step out of my little box, my comfort zone box of being a dance instructor, being in Ohio, just in the same box, the same group of friends, not necessarily having a whole lot of friends around me. And I said, I need to get out of here. I need to not only improve my package for medical school, but I needed to improve myself as a person, as an individual, before I set out to heal people. And I knew that, and I wanted to go to London, actually. But that ended up not working out. And I tried again, actually, this past year, and that ended up not working out. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I had an incredible experience learning all I can. In a few short days, in 3 weeks' time, I'll be receiving my degree. But it feels like I'm receiving 3 degrees, one in life, one in sports science, and the other in the degree of myself. I'm mastering myself. Whoa, that's huge. I'm mastering myself. And in that sense, I've always had to be very externally driven, and I was always like seeking that, sometimes like seeking external fulfillment, but at the same time, nothing positive was coming out of that because I kept going on the same pattern, the same trap, whether it be relationships or making friends or even just interacting with people on a daily basis. And I started to realize that for myself and for other people, that I was meeting different people the same way with the same mindset. My mindset is very different. It's very open. It's a very broad way of thinking. And I know that there's other people out there that think like me or that have a similar mindset to me. But I just haven't necessarily found a whole lot of them until fairly recently. And I feel that since I decided to stop seeking external fulfillment, I decided this 2 years ago. And I'll tell you a quick story. So after graduation and everything, I performed 5 pieces, choreographed 5 pieces, ran the concert, finished with 22 credits from 4 different schools to finish up 2 degrees. And I wanted a sew-in. I didn't want to have braids for the summer. Turns out I ended up getting a sew-in, and it pulled out about this much of my scalp, and I had a dermatological issue for 8 weeks. I was on antifungals and antibiotics. It was not a fun time for me, physically, mentally, emotionally. It really, really changed my life. It really changed my life. But that really forced me to dig deep. That surface issue forced me to dig deep, and it made me see that I am worth it. I am worth the effort. And I believe that you are worth the effort. You are worth the effort. And I feel that we don't tell ourselves this. We don't tell ourselves that we are worth it. Because we have those external voices in our head from our childhood or from, even just people in our lives that we thought were serving us that aren't serving you anymore. But what I'm here to tell you today is that you are worth it. Find your why. Find your passion. Take what you love and enjoy and make it yours. Show the world your why. I'm going to tell you another story. So, after a series of 1 month, dating sprees where they would end badly, not end badly, they would just end in different ways. The one wouldn't text back at all after months. The other had a girlfriend still, and the other one was talking to someone else and only wanted temporary fulfillment. And when they realized that that wasn't going to happen, or I wasn't putting up with it, they just kind of dissolved from my life. But the last one was more traumatic, and I'll tell you why. It was more traumatic because they tried to come at me from my religious beliefs. They tried to twist my religious beliefs, but they also tried to come at me for my integrity and for who I am as a person. And that is straight fire. That is straight fire. You come at somebody for who they are as a person, you coming at me for my throat. And I mention the throat because if you can't speak up, or if you feel something that's blocking you from saying something, or if you feel like something is on your heart and you can't get it out, you can't express it, typically you're holding that pain, you're holding that there in that part of your body. And for a while, I couldn't figure out what was the issue. I let it go. I released it. I let it go. And then about 2.5 months after I had terminated my communication with this person through social media, phone, like blocked, serious blockage. Once I had terminated all that, I still was feeling something was weighing heavily on me. And I said, this feeling felt like the trauma I experienced 2 years prior. It felt very much like I was attacked for who I was as a person. And you may wonder why I'm putting this out there and saying this with such strong language, but I felt that that's the level of deepness I felt. Yes, I was wrong on some accounts, but my opinions are my own and are simply that. I don't berate others for their choices, and I would hope and pray that others wouldn't berate me for mine. But for a long time, I was unable to articulate this pain, and I was almost tormented and judged seriously for being an emotional person. He's like, oh, you're crying, up and down. Just, yeah, don't know how to, you never know where you're at. You're so unstable. And to me, as a shy individual, previously shy individual, someone telling me that I can't express my emotions and saying it's wrong is simply painful. And I want to tell you today that however you express your emotion or your feeling is not wrong. It's just who you are, and it's just how you operate. So what I'm here today to do is to help you live authentically and lift up others around me authentically. I do that through the power of faith, my living a healthy lifestyle, dance, my choreography, and medicine. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's who I am. And no matter what, I was able to let that pain go finally and just be and exist freely. And it's only been over the past few months that I've fully been experiencing the expansion of who I am. And I want you all to experience that. So feel free to hit the subscribe button if you like what I'm saying, or if you identify with anything that I'm saying, and feel free to message me in the comments with any questions or concerns or anything that you may have. How can I help you in any way? Like I said, everyone is living in their own dream, and I think that we should celebrate that and not berate them or judge them. All right. So it is Friday. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Feel free to hit me up in the comments again. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Thanks. Happy Friday.